So hello. Um, I just got this beautiful baby home for some days ago, and I paid a lot for it. And I thought that when you're going to pay so much for such a beautiful thing, you might need to do an unboxing. So I'm going to do that, and I will also do some mic testing. This will be for my live stream and for the podcasts. It is a Blue Microphone Yeti Pro, and this is the Pro version, which means that it's better, and it got an XLR. So XLR. So we're going to unbox this beautifully. It opens up. I already unpacked it once, so a lot of the actually there wasn't no plastic with this. Pro products doesn't have plastic, which is good. When you open it, it has a beautiful handle here, so it's actually easy to box again. So it comes smoothly out here, easy to pack up again because you might need to put it into the box when you're going to move this around. And when you opens up, you have this beautiful space here where you got your dual XLR and your for left and right sound, and your 5-pin XLR stereo here. It is important when you use this that you have two XLRs in your sound card, because it won't work with only one. Just saying. You also got your USB for normal use in computers and stuff, and of course a manual. And here comes the foam. Beautiful, goes out. So it has some foam here, and when you're going to open this, it comes out smoothly here, and it tips beautifully up. So this is just how the Blue Microphone Pro Yeti Pro looks like. It has its mute button here, some volume control for monitor. On the back of the microphone, you got your four selections. This button is, for my opinion, way too hard to twitch around, so I just have it in cardioid, and your gain for your microphone. Many have said that they should have a switch around this volume button and this volume button, but actually, for my opinion, it's actually good enough to have this volume button on the front, because this is actually harder to turn than this is. But this volume, this selection button here, they should have made that easier to turn. So it's way too hard for me. But that's how it is. This is a podcast singer and a much more microphone, and I will of course make some sound testing on it, both for music and for talking. So if I take the mic and we go over to the beautiful studio over here, where I set stuff up, you will be able to actually, on the button, it's actually easy to plug in. Down here you got your 5-pin connector and your USB and your headphone jack. For the headphone you will need to plug in, because this actually is your monitor, but also becomes your computer sound when you plug it in here. So you will be able to hear yourself through this jack stick, but also you will have your computer sound here, so you only need the one jack stick. You doesn't need a special headphone for this to work. And now you might ask, okay, so it needs to go into the computer. Yes, it's actually pretty easy. You just plug it in here. Pretty easy. And then the microphone is on. And you might now ask, what happens then? Then it's begin to just blink here. And this means that it's muted. And when I then turn it on, and if I can tell my computer to use this sound. So as you might be able to hear now, it is going from what you have on my headset to be this beautiful microphone here, where everything is just a lot better than it was before. It also means that I will just make some mic testing. For me, it would be ideal to yes, it would be best to have it going here. Just have to plug this jack plug in here, yes, so I can move it. The ideal position for every microphone will be if you actually sit close to it and then you talk into your microphone, which means that you need to be pretty close to it, and you need to and there went my went my phone storage capacity. So I am just going to use the blue microphone from now off and just talk into it, and then you can hear what you think this should sound like. Okay, so also one important thing to notice is that I were using a Mac to talk into this. And when you're using a Mac which is updated with the new software and the news driver and stuff, for USB, of course, this is not XLR I'm talking about. You can just plug and play it, and for Windows you will need some sort of driver, but that is only because that the Mac always comes with standard software for sound devices like Blue Microphone and stuff, because they just made for making music. It's like if you take a truck and only use it to drive to and from work. That's just stupid. Macs are intended for sound and video, and therefore Macs will plug and play. But for Windows you will need a sound driver, and you can just download it from Blue's website, and it is just plug and play. Just install the driver. But this is only for the Pro version, and it's only because the Pro version has so much better sound than the normal Yeti has. So if you're going to buy a normal Yeti and only use the USB, go for it, because I think that the normal Yeti is good enough for podcasting and stuff. But I just wanted to spend those more money and get the Pro because I have my sound card. My sound card is not dual XLR. And I need a Y splitter to make that work. But when you get that crispy and more smooth sound in there, you will be more happy. So for music recording, it is a bit different. It has four settings. So for this purpose, I will try to show you these four settings. So the first setting on the back here is just need to get this right. It's over here. It is when you have this side of the microphone, which is the back side of the microphone, and the front side of the microphone is turned on. So you have three units in here, and those 3 units. I need to turn my phone off here. So it also really picks up phones like you are used to in old time, and also wireless internet. So yes, it is a problem when you're trying to make a proper recording that you have wireless devices like iPads and computers and stuff around it. But that's not so bad when you're doing live streams and live podcasts, because everybody knows that it's live. But we're talking about the settings here. It's so you can have one person on this side of the microphone and talking into it, and you can turn it around. Oh my god. And then you can have one person sitting on this side of the microphone and talk into it. And it is different on the both sides. But the the cool trick here is that now I can have my microphone turned like this, and then I can also have a music instrument down here, and we're going to try some of that. So now I could talk into this, and I could still play because it's recording here and it's recording underneath. The next setting, which is the one you would use the most, is the cardioid setting. As I said, this is way too hard to turn. And this is the normal setting, which means that this is the setting that you would use the most, and the setting I would use the most, I would just talk into it and have it turned like this. So the unit is just turned straight at my face, and then I can talk into it and I can hear what I'm saying, and all the background noise is not turned on because the units on these sides is not turned on. Then you have your audience, and the audience is that no matter where I am around this microphone, if I turn it straight up, and no matter where I turn it, you can hear me at the same level all the way around. This is all units inside is just turned on, so now you can hear me all the way around. And then you have your not preferred, and the the setting I would never understand in here is the now I'm talking on this side of the microphone, and now I'm talking on this side of the microphone. This is not preferred in any way, I'm sorry. But apparently people are thinking that this would be interesting. Yeah, that is just way too stupid. That they make that because now I can hear myself in stereo. Yes, but I don't think that stereo sound is good for any. This is a podcaster microphone. Sorry guys, this is a podcaster microphone, and you do not need stereo sound in a podcast, and you do not need a stereo sound in live streaming either. So cardioid is the way to go if you have a set where you need some sort of stereo sound, so you have two people talking to each other. I would actually even recommend that you have two people standing on each side of the microphone and talking into it. And if you actually would prefer that you have that stereo sound of two people discussing over a microphone, I don't think that would be a really good sound, because then you can hear the one guy in the one ear and the other guy in the other ear, and it would frustrate me as a user and as a consumer of sound that they would do that. So I'm just going to say that my opinion is that it's a good microphone. It's good for everything. You can use it in stereo mode if you want to, but cardioid is just the way to go, because then the most of the background noise will go away and stuff. Also, now just listen closely. I will try to shut up now and just listen to the background noise. Now I'm going to lift it. Yes, it needs to stand. When you have it on when you have it on the desk where you might have your computer, you would need a stand, because it's picking up noises like every good microphone would. It's so good that it's picking up the noises from my computer, which means that I will need a dehammer in my sound settings in order to make this actually work. And yeah, I will not fickle with the sound settings for this vlog. But that was all from me here. I got a blue microphone, and the welcome to the podcast will be better from now off, because the sound from my side will be better. I am still playing with it, and I had some recordings 2 days ago which went wrong because I had a noise gate which was turned way too high up because it was made for this microphone and not for this microphone. I'm also playing some music with it, and trying to play with what I can do. It is crisp, it is beautiful, and it doesn't need any it doesn't need any equalization, if you ask me. This is made for talking into, and if you need some equalization for anything else, then go and do it in the recording, but live it's beautiful, it's crisp. So that was all for me, and until we see each other next time.